Hello, welcome back to part two of our PLC on backward design. I'm Dr. Zandra Bell McCroy. I'm your virtual PLC lead for 6 through 12 band. And let's just jump right back in. Like I said in the first PLC, I'm super excited about this topic. It's a topic that I'm really, I feel very passionately about it. So let's do some planning. Let's start working this out. So we are going to first choose our repertoire. Let's get in it. And then we're going to identify the concepts and skills that we want to, that the students need to have mastered. Notice that I didn't say they are going to need to kind of know them. No. They're going to need to have mastered these concepts and skills, internalize these concepts, master these skills in order to perform the repertoire that you chose successfully, right? So be careful when you're choosing. Again, use your GSE. If it's a beginning band, there's a certain level that the kids should be playing. If they're in a method book, there's a certain level that you can tell what they should or shouldn't be playing. So first, figuring out if the music fits within the confines of your group. So you wouldn't hand out like First Suite and E flat to your sixth grade band, and they just started playing 3 months ago. So yeah, just being really, commonsensical about your repertoire selection, and then diving a little deeper to figure out what concepts and skills do they need to have mastered to be able to perform um, this music with a level of mastery. So this is a concept chart that I was in graduate school. We kind of, created this chart along the way, and every group kind of tweaked it as we went along. And so I used to use this all the time. It's kind of memorized now, but this is just an example of a concept chart, right? And so it's not necessarily the end all be all, but it's the one that I use most often um, to center my brain around conceptual objectives, right? Um, and so because I have this idea of these are concepts and then I have an idea of skills, I use this to guide me through kind of the maze of what can my kids play. Here you go. Now I know you know this, and this. We've been very specific with and this. But to play this, we're going to need to explore, let's just say for rhythm, we're going to explore mixed meter, right? Mixed meter. So they're going to have to master that concept before we can really dive into this music that I so desperately want them to play. So this is just an idea. And so having it, just having some idea of the concepts and the skills that your kids need, having that written out. So just saying, do they have a concept of like 2/4? Can they read 2/4? Can they read 4/4? Do they understand what time signature means? Do they, those types of things? Um, Knowing if your kids can do those things is really important. And then um, looking at your music and figuring out, you know, what else do they need to learn to successfully perform this music. Most of the time, there's going to be something left that they are going to need to cover to whether it's really basic or whether it's extended techniques. It doesn't matter. There's something left, right? So what does this look like? So this is what this is my way. So because it doesn't have to be my way, but just having a way is what's really important. But the way that I do things, so use the method book or combination of method books and supplementary exercises that you have, things like that. Everyone does things differently. Identify lines and exercises that address the concepts you need students to internalize, right? Also, look for skills that they must have and find exercises to build these skills. For example, skill studies, articulation studies, counting, studies, range extenders, all of these types of things. Um, find those, find those concepts, like find that vocabulary, find all of those things that they need to have a grasp of, and then figure out what do they need to be able to do. So I'm a flute player, so I'm always like, what do they need to be able to do to successfully play this music? So what do they need to know, and what do they need to be able to do to really successfully perform this music so that I don't have to rote teach it to them? All right. So I told you there's a lot to this one. So we're going to break it up into manageable pieces, and I will see you back for part 3 of our backwards design for band directors webinar. See you soon. Bye bye.